Hi everybody, this is Bodechon here. Today I'm going to teach you how to dilute a solution. So first up, what exactly does that mean? It means that we're starting with our stock solution, which is going to be highly concentrated, or in other words, high molarity, and we want to dilute it. So we want to add more solvent in order to make it weaker and not so concentrated. So you can see that's what's happening here. So this is our stock solution. It is concentrated. We add water. In this case, this is our solvent. And it becomes not only an increase in volume because we added that solvent of water, but it will become more diluted because now we have less solute for our solvent. What you really need to know here in order to do this is that the moles of the solute in the original solution will equal the moles of the solute in your final solution. In other words, if you say moles in equal moles out, you're going to get it right pretty much every time with the math. So let's go ahead and look at an example problem. You have 50 milliliters of a 3 molar NaOH, and you want to make a solution of 0.5 molar NaOH. How do you make the new solution? Well, conceptually, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take that stock solution of 3 molar, you're going to add your solvent of water in it, and it's going to appear at 0.5 molar, right? We have that increase of volume because we added the water, but how much water do you add, right, in order to get it perfectly at 0.5 molar? So that is the math that you have to do to find it out. And let me show you how we do that. We're going to go back to the concept of moles in equal moles out. And we should know by now that a mole equals molarity times volume. If you want to use the basic equation instead of the triangle, go for it. It's the same exact math. So you're just going to do replace the moles with molarity times volume of your stock solution, and that will equal the molarity times the volume of your diluted solution. So let's go ahead, plug in these numbers and see what we get. So we're going to go with our 50 milliliters. That's the volume of our concentrated solution. And then 3 molar is going to be the molarity of our concentrated solution. And that is going to be equal to, what do we want? We want 0.5 molar, which is our diluted solution. And it does not give us our volume. The volume is going to be how much of the solvent we add. And that's what we're searching for. So that is our unknown. So go ahead and solve this. If you don't know how to solve this mathematically, all you have to do is multiply these numbers. And then you're going to divide by 0.5 on both sides. And you end up getting 300 milliliters. So in essence, this is what you're doing in a lab. You're going to take your stock solution, the 3 molars, and you're going to add 250 milliliters of water, and it will come out to being 0.5 molar. I went ahead and did this in a lab for you guys, so let me show you what it looks like now. All right, so here's my lab setup. You can see that we have our 250 milliliters of water, and then over here we have 50 milliliters of our 3 molar NaOH. I went ahead and already measured it. Now all we have to do is combine these two together, give them a good stir, make sure that we are properly labeling it and putting it into a container so we can put it back on our stock shelf. I will say that it is always best to measure your liquids in either a graduated cylinder or even a volumetric flask. I did not have a volumetric flask, so I just used a beaker today. All right, let's go ahead and look at another example, but solving for something different. So this one says, what is the resulting molarity if 1.5 liters of a solvent is added to 0.15 liters of 6 molar solute? So in this case, we're still going to use our math that we know, the moles in equal moles out, so molarity times volume, and then we can go ahead and solve for what we're looking for. We know we're going to start with our concentrated stock solution. We're going to add our water as our solvent, and it will end up being the diluted solution that we're looking for. So let's pull our numbers. We have the 1.85 liters, and that is going to be the resulting molarity. So that is going to be the V2 in this case. The next number we come to, it says that the solvent is added to 1.5 liters. So that is going to be our starting volume, or the V1. And then it's of 6 molar solute. So that is going to be our M1, our molarity one. So you can see that I put this in over here, and then we are solving for our molarity 2, our M2. That is our unknown. So you're going to solve by multiplying these numbers and then dividing by 1.85 on both sides, and you end up getting 0.49 molar. And that is how you would work that one. Let's go ahead and do another one. So concentrated hydrochloric acid is 12 molar. How many milliliters of concentrated HCl are required to make 355 milliliters of a 3.5 molar solution of HCl? Again, it's the same math. You're just looking for something different every single time, and they're definitely going to do that on a quiz or a test for you, right? Fill in your numbers to your equation. So it says concentrated hydrochloric acid is 12.0 molar. That is going to be our M1. So go ahead and write that in for M1. How many milliliters of a concentrated HCl are required to make 355 milliliters? That's a volume, and that's going to be how much volume we're wanting at the end, right? Because it says required to make. In other words, ending. So that's going to be our V2. And then it says of a 3.5 molar, which means we're still referring to the second part. So this is going to be our molarity 2. So you can go ahead and put that in. We are then searching for how many milliliters, right? So we're searching for our first volume of what we're going to add. So we need to go ahead and multiply and then divide by 12 on both sides, and we will end up getting 104 milliliters. So hopefully you can say a sentence like this at the very end of it. To make the solution, we would take 104 milliliters of a 12 molar HCl and add 251 milliliters of water. I hope this was so helpful, you guys, learning this information. Go ahead, like, subscribe, do all the wonderful things, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.